Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining this session on securing embedded device updates with Yocto and OSTree. We are going to briefly cover how Artifactory and X-Ray can be used to improve the full DevOps lifecycle for these devices, especially around traceability and compliance. My name is Brennan Ashton, and I'm the technical lead for IoT at JFrog. First, I'd like to provide a brief introduction to Yocto and OSTree. The Yocto project is a collection of tools and metadata that enable building custom embedded Linux distributions. This can be used in conjunction with OSTree, which provides an immutable Git-like representation for operating systems and enables atomic updates. Because Yocto builds are frequently comprised of hundreds or thousands of software components that are bundled into a handful of opaque binaries, it is critical to capture traceability metadata early in the build process. By capturing this metadata, we can identify security and compliance concerns for the entire life of the release artifact. Additionally, by utilizing an atomic update system such as OSTree, we're able to bring visibility of the exact changes to a device down to the individual file level. In the next several slides, I will provide a demonstration of how we're able to do this with the JFrog platform using an actual Yocto build. The first step is collecting all the intermediary RPMs or Debian packages that are created in the build process and linking them to the resulting artifacts, including the file system image for factory programming and the OS commit for performing updates. This is done by leveraging the Yocto build history feature and using it to generate a build info file. All of these dependencies are then stored in Artifactory, generic, or RPM or Debian repositories. Here we can see the build info visualization from our build containing 310 components, everything from the Linux kernel to an SSH client, as well as the resulting 19 artifacts. By enabling X-Ray to scan the build, we can identify vulnerabilities that impact the entire system by the individual component. In this case, we've identified a high security vulnerability in OpenSSL that's impacting the build. By inspecting the violation, we can gain a further understanding of what the impact is and how it might be remediated. For this violation, upgrading OpenSSL from release F to G will resolve the issue. At this point, they update the recipe or the entire layer and create a new build. In this case, our next build will be addressing multiple other fixes in addition to this security issue. Now that our build 70 has been published to X-Ray, we're able to see the OpenSSL vulnerability has been addressed, and there are no other outstanding known issues. By performing a comparison between the two builds, we can see all of the component level changes, including the version change of the OpenSSL package itself. Next, we'll take a look at how this update will impact the device firmware in a more detailed way by comparing the two OSTree update commits. Because the update to this device is being managed through OSTree, the state of the device for the given update is immutable, and we are able to see all of the changes that will take place in the file system, including add, remove, and modification operations. Here we can see multiple configuration changes that are taking place, including the addition of a new systemd service that's being started. Going forward, we'll be continuing to improve our integration with Yocto, especially around generation of build info and managing of the build artifacts themselves. Currently, this is handled by parsing build history metadata rather than natively integrating into the build process. We are also improving our metadata capture to expand X-Ray's ability to be aware of vulnerabilities that have been addressed via build patches, as well as simplifying the process of license compliance. And third, we're looking for more feedback around managing complex embedded system builds. Thank you for attending this lightning talk on securing device updates with Yocto and OSTree. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or comments, or you would like to learn more about how this can be integrated into your workflow. Thank you.